The defense wins the day at Chicago Bears OTAs, bringing a lot of Bears fans to have more concern than what I think we need to have right now. We'll talk a little bit about that. Plus, it's Friday, so you know that means we got to dive into the mailbag. All that and more right after this.
You are now tuned in to Chicago Bears Central, your number one place for all Chicago Bears news and content.
What's going on, Bears fans? Welcome to another episode of Chicago Bears Central, your number one spot for everything Chicago Bears related. I'm the host, Sarah Hayes, but more importantly, you guys can follow the channel at Chi Bears Central on every social media platform we happen to be on. With that being said, let's go ahead and get into this content today, y'all. And so, reportedly yesterday was a rough day for the offense at OTAs, and you know, it's something that I'm not too shocked by. And just like when Caleb Williams made that pass at OTAs and me, C-Dub, and Bobby told everybody, like, just kind of calm down, right? Like, let's pump our brakes on everything. It's no reason to read too much into the positive, no reason to read too much into the negative either. I still have that mindset, right? Is that you're going to have your pluses and minuses. The fact of the matter is this, is that the offense is new. They were down 4 starters on top of that. And while, yeah, reportedly it was a rough day for Caleb Williams as well, I think when you take away anything else and learn from it is that the defense is well ahead of the offense right now, and that is what should be expected, right? That's kind of what I've been saying here for a while, is that the defense should be ahead of the offense. The defense is going to be and should be one of the reasons why the Bears are able to win games early in the season while the offense is figuring it out. Yeah, Caleb Williams had a tough day. It is what it is. It seemed like the secondary ate Caleb Williams alive yesterday, had threw a lot of near interceptions on top of that. Jalen Johnson seemed like he was cooking. But listen, the offense was down. Like I said, 4 starters on top of everything else. We already know rookie quarterbacks are going to go through it. And I'm not surprised by it. The fact that Caleb Williams in the offense struggled moving the ball through the air, yeah, it sucks. And you do want to hear nothing but positivity. But at the end of the day, man, it just kind of is what it is when it comes down to it. This defense should be ahead of the offense right now. And, you know, one of the things as far as concerns, like with Caleb Williams, doesn't seem like he was effective in red zone downs and things like that. I get it, and I understand the concern there. But I'm not going to make these think pieces on either the good or the positive when it comes down to it, right? In OTAs, this is what OTAs are for. The whole purpose of it is to try to get over the hump in a lot of ways. And so, you know, when it comes down to it, even, you know, DJ Moore talking about it, saying it's frustrating, but we also know that we're learning a new system, that we've been in this system for what, like 3 years right now, and then you don't have to make it no better. And then they don't make it no better, that they're out there having fun with it, and we're just frustrated because we're not accomplishing what we want to do. But on the flip side, we know that we're still learning and coming together as an offense. And I get it. I understand that's what everybody or nobody wants to hear right now. Nobody wants to hear that their shiny new offense is struggling right now. But keep in mind, you got to take everything into consideration. The fact that the coaching staff said that they aren't holding back, they're unleashing the total offense to Caleb Williams right away, is something to be said there as well, right? Like, you know, I expected that maybe they're going to add on to the offense as they go. They're going to keep it maybe streamlined, and that still may happen, you know, at the start of the season where they, you know, keep the offense kind of streamlined as much as they can. But Matt Eberflus saying this, we're not holding back. We're giving him a lot of information. We're giving him the offense, and you want to be able to go through the whole offense before the offseason gets done. Primarily, most of it, and work it into the summer. We'll have a plan for him there and work him into the training camp and then go from there. Listen, I don't know about you, but I think it says a lot about the belief that they have in Caleb Williams with the fact that they aren't having the kitty gloves on for Caleb. They're throwing the whole entire offense and saying, no, basically go. We know that you're smart enough that you're going to figure it out. You're going to go through your rough patches. You're going to go through your up and downs. You're going to have your bad practices. You're going to have your bad stretches. It's going to happen. But how you learn from that, I always say this, like, it's called growing pains for a reason. Growing hurts. It just does. And if you want to jumpstart the growth of this offense because you know how important it's going to be, you have that expectation because of the talent on it. Yeah, they were down 4 starters. And yeah, that is a reason why some struggles are there. But ultimately, listen, turn it over. That's your quarterback. This is now your franchise quarterback. You went out and got your guy. Give him the offense. You got an offensive coordinator. You got weapons in here for him. Give it to him. Let's see what he develops out of it. And yeah, it's a rough day in practice. I would not be surprised if it's a couple of more that come as well. The key thing is not to avoid rough days. It's how you embrace those rough days and use that to grow and come out on the other side of that better, stronger, and more prepared. That's what you want to do. You should not want everything to be perfect and easy for Caleb Williams and this offense through OTAs. That would be, honestly, that would be stupid. That would be putting him and setting him up into a unrealistic expectation if everything was easy for him right now. You want to go through those tribulations. You want to go through those trials. You want to go through those hardships because that's what's going to show the character of a man, but also how your quarterback is going to be able to grow and develop. If you can't deal with adversity in OTAs and practice against your own teammates, how can we expect him to do it against other teams that aren't going to be holding anything back? So the fact that the defense is gloating, the fact that the defense is talking shit, the fact that the defense is trying to get in the head of the offense, bring it all. Some of y'all just have never actually competed for anything. The moment y'all hear some adversity, the moment y'all hear some negativity, it's, oh my God, the sky is falling. No, it's just beginning. And this is where you want to be at right now. Yeah, would it be a better story? Would it be more kumbaya to hear that, oh, the offense just went out there and dominated? Hell, let's keep in mind, they did say that. The offense gave it to the defense the first couple of practices. So, like, at the end of the day, what this process has meant is to get Caleb Williams ready as much as possible and this offense ready as much as possible and the whole team overall. Get them ready for the regular season. You can't go through that if you don't face any adversity. So I'm not making a whole hell of a lot of rigmarole about it. It is what it is, right? I don't think that we need to all of a sudden the sky is falling, just like I didn't think we need to be acting like it was crazy. Let's wait to see how he makes that pass in an actual game. They're gonna go through it, and they got work yesterday. That just is what it is. The defense gave them some work, and now let's see how they grow and develop from it, and let's see what Caleb got and the offense overall has on the other side of it, how they take this to the chin and then learn to grow and develop from it. That's my thought process. You guys can let me know what you guys think and all that down below. Let's go ahead and get into these voicemails for today, man. This first one that we got, this one's from Dewan.
Hey, it's your boy Dewan from the low end Chicago. Those good old Hayes and the Cognac boys. I'm just calling out to reach out about the schedule and everything. You know, I like the way the schedule looking. It's favorable. You know, it's able to get Caleb Williams and acclimated into his first year. Like you all said, we don't get our first division, opponent until week 11. You know, you got 10 weeks to, to come together, gel together to get yourself ready for basically the push for the playoff part of the schedule because, I like the way Tennessee is the first match, get Caleb feet wet, let him get acclimated, see how it feel to be against a NFL caliber defense, then we go in after that. I think the Houston game is going to be a good game, but I think, we go outdo CJ Stroud and everybody. So, but outside of that, I've been looking y'all take. I've still been watching. I just haven't been calling in that much. You know what I mean? Still watching y'all roast these motherfuckers online and everything. But outside of that, I just look at it like a lot of games is winnable, but for some reason, gotta, just understand that Chicago is Chicago. Even with easy schedules, they tend to fuck shit up. But hopefully they got it right this time with Ryan Poles, and the way it's looking good. Want to keep going from that, keep going up, top down up, there down.
Look, the Bears have a lot of winnable games on the schedule. A lot of winnable games. We got the third easiest schedule in the NFL next season. And, for a team that's as talented as what the Bears are looking like, right, especially on paper, I'm not mad at it. Now, just because it's winnable games or easier schedule doesn't mean it's going to necessarily be easy. And that's what you said, right? Things don't always go. This is the Chicago Bears that we're talking about, right? This is Chicago. Things don't always go as planned. But, they're going to be tested still, and they're going to have their games where, some defenses are going to give them some work. But, if you're looking for any kind of positive side on this, on having an easier schedule, I think it just comes to, it gives Caleb Williams some real time to grow and develop. And even then, he faced some really good quarterbacks, some quarterbacks in his own class, right? Things like that. So this is going to be an interesting season to watch, but I think that this is going to be a fun season for the Chicago Bears, man. And, hopefully fun brings winning as well. Some people may not have fun if we're not winning, but, it is what it is there. But we'll be here covering it every day here at Chicago Bears Central like we do all throughout the season, all throughout the off season. We're here every day. We ain't stopped. We ain't going nowhere. And we'll be here celebrating either the wins or, getting upset over the losses right along with all the Bears fans because we're going to go through the season. But I really feel like this is going to be a ton of season of growth. And this is going to be that season where the Bears are going to show, hey, for the remaining part, like for the foreseeable future, we're not just here anymore. We're competing for something in our division, in our conference, and then hopefully at some point the Bears get to a point where we're saying, hey, this is a Bears team that has some expectations of getting a bowl here, right? Let's get a Super Bowl in this motherfucker. Let's do that. How about that? All right, let's get into the next voicemail. This one's from my guy Bulls Daily, man.
All right, Bulls Daily, go into that, right? Just want to speak on my boy Caleb Williams as well. I just saw a little few short minute video about, just Caleb, and you got Tom in there, you got that white boy that like hugging niggas from the back and shit in there. Then you got my boy Jay-Z in the whole. I just feel like, one, I want to say it's not ironic that my boy Caleb's sitting right next to the GOAT football period. Like, I ain't trying to talk. It ain't it's not a coincidence that folks sitting right next to him. I think that probably went over a lot of people's head, but that shit means something, man. Like, I'm one of them type of niggas that I'll take little shit like that, and I feel like shit like that is like a big message. Like, it could mean nothing, but I'm trying to tell you, like, it's something about that just don't sit right with me in a good way, not a negative way, but a very good way. That just goes to show you right there that Caleb is the man. Period, point blank. Caleb is the man, and he gonna forever be the man. And I'm not gonna lie. Once Tom Brady leaves, I think he already retired or something like that. That was probably just rumors or something, but I think I heard something about him retiring this year or some shit like that. But man, that boy Caleb, man, it's like, and then I want to spot something else out that I heard from that little video. They said how it's never about you. It's about the whole team. 53 men on the team. That's what it's about. And you can already tell from Caleb coming in the door, that's not going to be a problem. He stressed that issue. He let that be known. Like, yeah, I'm coming in this bitch. I'm going to leave. You hear me? Like, well, not leave, but I'm going to follow, then I'm going to leave. You feel me? Like, he let it be known. Like, I'm here to watch, learn, listen, whatever the case may be. And when you hear shit like that, and then it just makes you have a good feeling towards a person. Like, fuck him being number one draft pick. Fuck the Heisman Trophy. However you say that, man. Fuck all that shit. Caleb Williams is different, shorty. You hear me? Trying to tell y'all, my boy, don't be surprised in the next few years y'all see folks, hanging that trophy over his head with the Chicago Bears standing behind him. Just know you heard it from here first, Bulls Daddy, from the low end of that right. All right.
Hey, listen, Caleb Williams, I feel you, bro. I know what you're saying about Caleb sitting next to the GOAT, things like that. I think ultimately this whole rookie season is growth for Caleb, right? I like his mindset, like you said. There's a lot to like about Caleb Williams, and he's gonna, the having the know you. It's not about you. It's about the 53, right? That is something that the greats have, and that is something that if you really want to have success in the NFL for long term, you're going to need to have that. It can't just be about you, right? So, and Caleb Williams has shown that, asking people to come out there and practice with him, right? What we've heard about him being the first to show up about practice, wanting the whole playbook, voicing how important it is for him to make sure he has that whole understanding of the entire playbook. Like, Caleb, for all the things that people make about him that aren't about the game of football, it seems like he is a student of the game. And, people can talk about the nails, they can talk about the being the boy or whatever it is. But at the end of the day, this is going to be a guy who is going to be our franchise quarterback. He's going to have to put the team first. And I, for one, haven't heard anything that says anything different. Matter of fact, when the Bears try to dig up dirt on Caleb Williams, all they got from his teammates is talking about how much he is, how good of a teammate he is, right? So that's something that I think points to the right direction for this Bears franchise, for Caleb. And let's start reaping the benefits. Let's get this winning football team off the ground. How about let's do that? All right, let's get into the next voicemail. This one's from my boy, Fred.
What up, hey? This is your boy, Fred, man. What it do? Shout out to you and the fellas, man. Big Cav, Steve-O, Cognac Boys, and Bobby. What's going on, man? Hope everything going good with y'all, man. Right now, man, I'm just counting down to the season, man. I don't even care about who's going to the finals at the moment. But right now, all I care about is Chicago Bears and see what we, going to look like, this season, though. Hey, let me ask you this, though. Do you think it's possible that, suppose, like, okay, if Keenan Allen get 1,000 yards, right? Do you think Ryan Poles would consider bringing him back on a cheaper deal, or he probably just let him walk And since we draft Rome Odunze, and it's crazy that I heard that he's talking about giving DJ Moore a contract extension. I don't see why not. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and let's lock him up, because he did say that he want to retire as a Bear. So let's make that happen. You know what I'm saying? Because DJ is a dog. When I say a dog, that man is a dog. Not saying there ain't never been other receivers, there ain't been no dog, but DJ, he just something else though, man. And I like the fact that he takes the time to want to work with his quarterback and to get that chemistry going. So with that being said, man, you know, I think DJ, I just want to know if DJ gonna get a suspension though. How much you think Ryan Poles might give him? You think Ryan Poles might try to lowball him? Because every other receivers in the league is getting top dollars, and I don't think DJ is gonna go for that though. But I just want to see if we gonna lock DJ up or Keenan, or maybe we just let Keenan walk since he's an older guy. And I ain't gonna say he's too old. He number 32. But I don't know, man. You never know with Ryan Poles, man. But also too, let me know who you think gonna get cut. I told my partners I think it's gonna be Dominique Robinson. It's gonna be Elijah Hicks and whoever else on this damn Bears team that we don't need. They ain't helping this team trying to win and develop though. So maybe it's Baylor Jones. I don't know, like you said, man. They might give Baylor Jones, you know what I'm saying, a second chance to redeem himself on that special team though. And tell C-Dub too, man. I watched the last show. You was getting on C-Dub ass by fucking people name up and shit, man. Hey, I'm like, C-Dub, you gotta get it together, man. You know what I'm saying? But that's my boy though, man. I love fucking with y'all, man. I love what y'all doing, man. I love y'all show, man, because y'all give us fans the power just to speak on how we feel and get off our chest and everything. So, Chicago up, bear down to nothing, man. Let's get this dub this season.
Will Poles bring back Keenan Allen? Here's the thing. I think that it comes down to a couple of things. Rome Odunze, how ready does he look to go at the end of this season? Because they put him in a great position where he's going to be in the slot. He's not going to have to do a whole lot, but he's going to get a lot of opportunities, right? And then how they feel about Tyler Scott. How does Tyler Scott make them feel, right? Do they feel like he can be a legitimate slot threat with having DJ Moore and Keenan Allen and Rome Odunze on the opposite side, to where they may not want to pay Keenan Allen, right? How healthy does Keenan Allen play? There's a lot to go into a decision made on Keenan Allen, and which is why I understand Ryan Poles saying he's going to wait to the end of the season to really get that contract negotiation going on with Keenan Allen. Now, as far as DJ Moore, yeah, it makes sense that the Bears want DJ Moore locked into an extension as soon as possible. I think that makes a whole hell of a lot of sense. DJ Moore's already shown what he can be and what he built in chemistry-wise with Justin Fields in one season. You're now adding in your quarterback and Caleb Williams to that, and you hope that development's going to grow there as well. DJ Moore having what should have been a Pro Bowl season and things like that. So, I understand why one in lock in DJ Moore. Only 27 years old. He has 1 year left on his deal in next season. And if you can lock him into an extension and not have to worry about that and rock with him and Rome Odunze for sure going forward, that is kind of the most important thing there. Keenan Allen being a little bit older, I can understand why the hesitation is ultimately there. Now, as far as your other question of who's going to get cut, of course, Dominique Robinson, Larry Borum, and then Velus Jones, I think, are the ones that are the biggest cut candidates that you have to look out for. Velus mainly because, I get people say, well, use him in the running game. Use him as a special teams. He better be damn good at special teams and make an impact if he really wants to hold on to this team, because we got other people that can return kickoffs, right? And Tyler Scott could be used in the running game. So I think when you look at those type of aspect of things, it is going to be that. And for Dominique Robinson, it comes down to how ready is Austin Booker ready to go? How confident are they in the rest of the defensive line? And do they end up bringing in a veteran at the edge position with the money that they have left over after kind of looking at how the team looks throughout training camp and things like that? And then if they do bring in a veteran, yeah, I think that Dominique Robinson is probably on the chopping block big time as well. And then Larry Borum, it just comes down to what happens on that offensive line. Those are kind of the guys that I'm looking at the most. I know you brought up Elijah Hicks. I do think there's a potential for Elijah Hicks to be cut too. But those are probably the biggest ones right now off the top of my head. We'll end up seeing what happens to that one. Great voicemail there, Fred. Get into this next one. This one's actually from Rory.
Hey, what's up? Bobby C-Dub. This is boy Rory again. Hey, man, I'm just watching your videos again, man, and I'm just thinking about the endless possibilities that Shane Waldron has with this offense. I'm saying that, has Shane Waldron ever had an offense like this with this many weapons on it? They're just stacked like this. I mean, it's just crazy. I mean, he can game plan for days. I mean, he can do so many things, so many options he can go to. You know what I'm saying? Use the players in so many, routes he can run, and you know what I'm saying? And that receiver core, the running backs, you know what I'm saying? And you know what, man? I still love Justin Fields. I ain't gonna lie, and I'm not, I know y'all, hey man, we didn't move on from Justin Fields. I know that, Hayes. But I just want to say, man, that I was kind of down on Caleb at first. You know what I'm saying? But now I seen, Caleb's personality, man, and this guy been nothing but a gentleman, man. He's been humble, he's been hungry, he's excited. And when they called his name on draft day and he screamed like, woo! Man, he had me so hyped, I was ready to go. I said, man, that's what I'm talking about, man. So that negative narrative that the media was feeding, all they was doing was plotting us against Caleb, man. You know what I'm saying? I was just like, all right, So I got to see this man's character for myself, so I have a different outlook, and I wish him the best. I think he's gonna excel, man. He seems highly intelligent and everything, man. So I just know I'm happy that we got this guy. I think we're gonna do great things, and like I said, man, Chicago up, man, and bear down, man, 'cause hey, man, I think sky's the limit. And like Bobby said, we got to see it on wax, but I think we got the potential to do that. You know what I'm saying? There's gonna be some learning curves, but he's gonna be all right, man. You know what I'm saying? And all the talent that we got, we're gonna be good. So, hey, man, just want to share my thoughts with you, man. Chicago up, bear down.
Shane Waldron's weapons. How Shane Waldron uses the weapons here is going to be hugely important. I don't want to understate that at all, right? But I think that I don't know if this is the most weapons that he's had. Theoretically, probably on paper, right? One of the more stacked teams that he had. But again, having a rookie quarterback there, I think, kind of throws off that balance. So, like, Caleb is going to ball, right? But you got to how's that development going to go for him as well that you got to look at for also. So, but Caleb Williams winning over Chicago Bears fans is important. And, you saying that he won you over is good. And I think the same thing's happening in the locker room, too. He's winning over the guys in the locker room. That's how you ingratiate yourself to your teammates. That's the most important thing. We're Bears fans. Like I said, even people who hate on Caleb will be celebrating Caleb if we win with Caleb, and he plays damn good in that time. That's just the story of sports fans. It's not exclusive to Bears. That's sports fans. I have a thing. I hated when the Bears drafted Joakim Noah. I hated it. He's my favorite Bull of all time. Not the best. I know he's not the best, but he's my favorite Bull of all time. So it just comes to that. It's like, as long as you come in, you do the right things, you win, you're successful, they're going to win people over. And I think people are kind of opening their eyes as well to who exactly Caleb Williams is, and I'm happy for that. All right, let's get into this last voicemail now. This one is from Darius.
What's going on, guys? Darius from Dallas here. I just wanted to call in and just give my thoughts on Khalil Herbert. I know, Hayes, me and you kind of gone back and forth on him throughout the year. I think, you've always been kind of higher on him than I have. I don't think he's a bad back, but I think if we're being honest, we're going based off of the production that he had the year before last. All right, don't get me wrong. I had a lot of high hopes for him. I thought that, when he first got in there as a starter 2 years ago, I was like, man, we got us a diamond in the rough here. But I just, last year, I saw he's not as explosive through the hole. He used to be a one cut and go guy. Last year, he's kind of tiptoeing in the backfield and turned into this outside zone, scat back kind of running back. And I'm just not for it. I want the guy that's just going to take that son of a bitch and put it in between the tackles, put it in between the guards and lower his shoulders and go. He's just a little too tiptoey back there. So something happened with his vision. Maybe he's just not in the right scheme anymore. I don't know, but, I'm not as high on him. And let's just be realistic, man. It's stupid money to pay a back. We know we're not going to do that. We know we're not going to give Khalil Herbert an extension. That would be absolutely stupid. And it's how we have Swift and Roshan. It just doesn't make sense. If we're really that pressed for a third back, we can get that shit in the free agency. We can get that 6th round of the draft next year. That's not really a necessity. So I think, his time has run its course. And unfortunately, that's just how it is for running backs, man. You can't really pay him any money. And I wish the best of luck for him. I wish he can go, somewhere where he can get inside of a scheme that fits him. But we need to go ahead and just get him moved, because keeping him on the roster at this point is keeping us from seeing what Roshan can really do. And I think that that's important for us to find that out sooner rather than later. Because, you can't take away, I don't want to take away any more touches from Roshan. I think this is time for him to get more touches. We have to up that this year. I think he's earned that. I think it's time for us to see what we got in this kid, and we can't do that only giving him 4 or 5 touches a game. Okay. I want to see Roshan right around 10, maybe even sometimes 15 touches a game so that we can really get the value out of him and see what this kid is about, man. So I need Khalil Herbert to go and get out the way. I'm tired of his funky ass. It's just time to move on, man. We're set at running back. Let's not even spend too much time, stressing about this. Get him out of there. Let's get us a 4th round pick in return and let's ball out. Texas up, bear down.
All right, so listen, Darius, you got to get over the between the tackles narrative, bro. Like, Swift got paid, and he's not necessarily the best between the tackles. That's why you see the two-headed monster in backfields becoming a thing as much as they are. So that way you have somebody who's strong in areas that they're not. And I think the biggest thing with Khalil Herbert is going to be the fact that they brought somebody in Swift who has basically all the same strengths as Khalil Herbert. They paid him already. He's going to be here long term, but he's better in the passing game. And if Roschon Johnson, to you in the video I did yesterday as well, if Roschon Johnson does step up and is that guy who can get between the tackles, is that bruiser that can offer that complementary skill set to what Swift brings, the writing's on the wall. Now, if Khalil Herbert comes out and balls out with Swift and they just look like this dynamic backfield that can do some things, then maybe you get into that. But like you said, paying running backs is always dangerous in this league when you have the skill set, the skilled running backs that you have coming into the league every single year. So because of that, I think that the writing's probably on the wall. I don't think that Khalil Herbert gets another contract. And much like you, I think that if once the Bears become confident in that, whether it is between going through training camp, seeing what Roschon has added or whatever it is, and they look at it, I think that Khalil Herbert is a trade candidate at the trade deadline. And we'll see what ends up happening there. But great voicemail, great insight as always, Darius. Always got to throw Darius some jokes there. That's like my brother, man. But that's my time for today, guys. Make sure you guys are following the show at Shy Bear Central. You can send the feedback, questions, comments, concerns, chicagobearcentral@gmail.com. Lastly, if you want to leave a text message and our voicemail for the mailbag, the number to do so, 773-270-2799. No, that's wrong. Why do I keep giving the wrong voicemail? 773-242-9336. We are the number one spot for everything Chicago Bears related. And like I like to end every episode on, Chi-Town up, but bear down. Love you guys, y'all. Peace.
This has been a presentation of the Break Media.